Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's Messages of Love from Above. And as always, super excited to see all of you and also the messages that Spirit is going to bring through for us today. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. If you'd like to join me in doing that, I would absolutely love that. So, whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can all join together and send the love out to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just allow that love to flow into our hearts, that unconditional love from above, fill up our heart and flow out to the world. Just allowing it to do what it wants to do to spark more love, more awareness of who we really are. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love right now for your own heart, for your mind, your body, a relationship, a situation, a loved one, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Just take it in like a big, big bear hug from the mother and the father of all things. You are surrounded by such love and light, by just a multitude of beings of unconditional love and light. You are never, ever, ever alone. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and for allowing me that space to do that. Before we get into the readings, excuse me, just want to let everyone know that is not aware, I have a weekly drawing on Mondays for a free personal recorded reading. Tomorrow is when I do that, and it's an hour long one this week. So if you're interested in getting into the drawing, just check out that video that I just posted there. Also this morning, I posted a pick a card. It's a Virgo full moon alert. Weird, alarm, alarm. Uh, so this is a pick a card that actually includes how you can use this full moon energy for like this unveiling and release of things in your life around the Virgo energy or any type of release, but it goes into how you can use this energy of the full moon for the most benefit in addition to the pick a card. So if you're interested, check that out. And then also, happy March. I can't believe we are already in March. It feels like it just was New Year's. But if you haven't checked out your March reading yet, here is the playlist for each individual zodiac sign. So you can check it out and see what you have in store for March. And you can check more than your sun sign too if you're wanting to know your emotional journey. You can check your moon sign if you want your love journey. You can check your Venus sign if you're looking at what about masculine or feminine energies in your life. Venus for the feminine, Mars for the masculine. It's just wonderful the information we can find out, a little scoop on what's happening around those things. All right, so enough of all of that. Let me get my desktop all set up and we will get into the readings. If you are new to my channel or to these readings, how we handle the free readings is I go down in order, first come, first serve. And I keep mini readings, like 1 or 2 cards, so I can try to get through as many free readings as I can. But if anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings to honor that energy exchange and complete those. I go deeper into those. And then once I'm done, I go back in order where I left on the free readings and go down. I'm usually on for about 2 hours, so we usually can get through quite a bit. But hang out and listen because spirit will speak to everyone through other people's readings too, which I like. Because we can just learn so much without having to go through things ourselves sometimes, right? Which is really cool. All right. And to make a donation, you can use the super chat down below. YouTube does take about a third of that for administration fees. If you want to make a donation another way, I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square listed in the pinned comment and also in the description box of the video. So whatever floats your boat. All right. So I do have a donation. So Patty, thank you so much. We will start off with you, and then the first free reading will be for Anya Ahuya. All right. So Patty, hello, hello. Any messages from Spirit for you? Absolutely. They're always talking to us. We're just learning to listen. That's one of our human adventures, right? It's like, how can I listen more clearly to you? That's always my mission, is how can I shut up and listen more? All right. Well, I like this coming in here for you. Yeah, because you definitely have some energy flowing in here. You have the Eight of Wands, which does represent messages from Spirit, by the way. And they are talking to you all over the place, just reiterating what I just said, through the physical world. Like if you see bumper stickers or license plates, hear a song on the radio, a road sign, overhearing a conversation, even a rogue email, like a junk mail that has a subject line that you're like, oh my gosh, that's for me. They'll communicate all sorts of ways in the physical world. They'll also do mental, where you're not even thinking about someone or something, and suddenly you'll have this thought that just drops into your head, especially if it's for a loved one who's already on the other side. If you're not thinking about him and suddenly you think about them, that is them touching your brain, going, boop, boop, I'm here. Just let you know, I've never left your side. Soon as they slipped out of their body, they were right by your side, and they will not leave your side. And so they'll remind you that they're there, just like tick, tick, tick on your brain. And then also you'll get emotional messages. You'll just get a flood of emotion out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever, and that is them as well. Spirit, loved ones on the other side doing all that. Yeah, absolutely. So that is them saying, yeah, you're not imagining things, that is us. And you have this beautiful world card and Empress too, which the world card is ending of old cycles and new beginnings, and Empress is new birth, new things coming your way. Mother Nature, Nurture as well. So very much this new birth that's coming your way here. And I feel like that's a lot of what they've been with the synchronicities, is they're like, hey, 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 buckle up, buttercup, where there's about to be some significant, beautiful changes for you. With the World and the Empress card being major arcana, they are significant. It's not just turning chapters, it's turning books. So it's like you're starting a new book for your life, which I really like there. And let's see, anything else around what area this is around? All right. Well, you got three more cards. Let's take a look here. Okay. Okay. It makes sense here. We'll start with this one here. You have the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So this does have to do a lot with self-love and worthiness coming in. The Six of Pentacles talks about our, pattern of overgiving and not feeling like we deserve to receive. And it's been, happening here. I feel like you've been doing a lot of that inner work, especially with the King of Cups ruling over the heart, but they're also balanced with the mind. So I feel like you've been working on this with that Knight of Pentacles. And it's just a reminder that you don't change from the outside in, you change from the inside out. So it takes time for all that you've been doing on the inside to make its way to the outside world. But you definitely, with that World card and the Empress card, there is this, it's making its way to the outside world, and you're like, look, oh my gosh. And so you're starting to see things happen and unfold, which I like. Yeah, really positive. I really like it. So some of this that you've been working on is, excuse me, looking at your past, and usually it's our earlier childhood. The Six of Pentacles points us to like 7 years old and younger. about how we had to overgive and just do extreme things like straight A's in school, or making this team, or performing this thing, or cleaning the entire house, or whatever it was that we did to get the attention of whoever we were trying to get attention from. It came at a cost, right? It was like I had to give 1,000 emotional coins to get one back. And we were children, we didn't know any better. And so we took on that rate of exchange as normal. Okay, sounds good to me. 1 to 1,000, and then it sinks into the subconscious. And then it's been just zipping around in our life for a while. Whether we felt we had to overperform at school. Very good. Yeah, absolutely. Bringing that, from the subconscious to the conscious is what allows us to click the little edit button on things and change it. When it's running rapid, um, charged emotions, beliefs that were formed in our subconscious, they're still impacting us. They're like a computer program that we have minimized. It's still impacting our lives. It's just we don't realize why. Why do I not allow people to give to me? Or why don't people give to me? Which is really something that came up recently, is sometimes it's not even a conscious choice. Our subconscious is putting out this energy that we don't even realize it. It's like having someone standing behind us and we're like, oh no, give, give as much as you want to me. But behind us, our subconscious is going, shh, no, don't give it to me. Because our subconscious has these beliefs back there. And then when we bring them to the surface and we look at them, it transforms things. And then like I said, we click that edit button, get rid of those zeros. Instead of 1 to 1,000, we make it 1 to 1. Click the save button, and then you see things transform. So I really like this for you. You're on a beautiful journey here of letting, like you said, you're letting things that no longer serve you go, but you're questioning them. You're not afraid of them. You're just like, you know what? I can go look at it without feeling like I have to change anything. It's just, I'm going to go look at it. Let's just bring this to the surface. I'm going to look at it. I don't have to relive it. But I'm just going to look at it and go, okay, I'm aware of it. And just bringing it to our conscious mind changes stuff. We don't even have to put a lot of action around it. It's just when we become aware, things just change because our brain and our being knows, oh, yeah. It's like when you realize something's a lie, your brain will never believe it's true again. And it just releases stuff. So I like it. So I like that for you, Patty. That's what Spirit has for you right now. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Good to see you. Much love to you and many blessings. All right. So I don't think I have any other donations. So we will scroll to the top and we will start. Spiritual Gifts Diva, you said hello, but Anya slipped in there in between your greeting and that. So you'll be right up next after Anya Ahuya. Hello, hello, Anya. And you want to know, is KT the Capricorn your future spouse? Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know here? We've got this nightmare card here, the nightmare and insomnia card, two swords cards, which talks about going inward here. They're really not answering your question, Anya. And so you can take that up with your spirit guides. Because what they're going, we know you want this answer, but this is what you need to know right now. You're like, but I want to know if they're like, this is what you need to know right now. And we're like, but we'd like to know if that Capricorn, they're like, this is what you need to know right now. So they're not answering me. I'm like, but, and they're like, no, this. Because you've got the Nine of Swords, which is the hermit's journey of diving into your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, your expectations around relationship. The Knight, I think it was the Knight of Court. Oh, I'm sorry, the Queen of Swords. Also, is about, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. The Nine of Swords, like I said, is known as the nightmare or insomnia card, which means you have so many thoughts and fears around relationship, these beliefs that are rooted in fears of losing conditional love, and rules around what a relationship should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be. And what they're saying is like, this book that you have of all these rules, the queen here, which I love the queen coming in here because she's the one that solves that. She has the Ace of Swords, allows her to connect to higher truths, capital T truths, seeing things from a place of unconditional love in a higher place, and sees the small t truths for the fears that they are, the opinions that have been poured into us all our lives. And she cuts away and she slices away those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets. And they're having you focus in on those rules around relationship because it changes everything. It frees everything up. It changes our focus on what we're looking for in a relationship and who we're looking for in a relationship and all the pressure and exhaustion around relationship. Because, as we grow up, when we're young, we're given all these rules around by what we see and what we're told in movies and books and whatever. And it's like rules, 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 and it starts blinding our sight. Puts binders on like they do horses, and it just goes like this until the way that we feel we have to experience love or spouse or marriage or relationships is so thin that we miss out on everything out here because we're so limited in our sight. And they're wanting you to release a lot of the fears that you have around it, to open things up, to raise your love vibration to a place that is more in alignment with what you're wanting to bring in. So when we're looking at individuals and going, well, what about this one, this one, this one? They're like, we want you to, you know, move that open into a huge, expanse by letting a lot of these expectations and fears around marriage and relationship and love um, be transformed and go. You can start doing that. Really, the queen, when we're talking about, she connects to the unconditional love, the capital T truths of the higher realm. You do that through your own heart. So it's like closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths and trying to step away out of the fears and out of the chaos of the world. Inward and upward is where we start to connect to those things and see things from a different perspective. So today's answer, at least for this session, around future spouse, they're having you look into that because I feel like your spouse is not within your current view, it's outside of your norm, what you've been told you're supposed to have, right? So I feel like that's why they're like, well, you really don't want to, you don't have to select from that bin. There's a whole store that's open, but you've been told you have to select from this bin of selection, right? Like this bin of apples, you have to choose it from there. And they're like, oh no, there's a whole produce section. There's oranges and cucumbers and lettuce and this and that. Like, no. So that's what they have for you, Anya. So many blessings, hang in there. It is a beautiful adventure. So that is what they have. All right. So we'll continue down the list. So, spiritual gifts diva. So you'd like spirit advice on your friendship with Rishikesh. Anything significant there? All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know. All right. All right. Wow. So you do have both the 10 of wands and the page of wands booking the 5 of pentacles. And the bookends here represent the same type of energy because the 10 of wands is endings of and new beginnings regarding where you're investing your energy with that 10. And the page of wands would represent new energy. So I like that these are bookending it because slipped in between is the 5 of pentacles, the um, like the image, the reflection that you're seeing in this friendship with Rishikesh. I probably am murdering that anyway. My apologies. But the 5 of Pentacles is this energy of feeling abandoned and left behind and betrayed and left out in the cold, all this energy of lack. And I feel like that this is not your energy. I feel like this is their energy. And this is what you see from them quite a bit. You pick up on a lot of energies, of course. And so you pick up a lot of this energy when you're around them. And you're realizing where in your life you're feeling these feelings of lack, where you revert to feeling that way. And then how you are stepping into your power around it because you realize, oh, okay, I'm investing my energy in things I feel I'm missing in my life, and you're sensing um, when you're doing that because you're. It's like the energy you're picking up from them with those lack feelings. You're like it. Um, your feelings of lack in areas blend in with other feelings, but because there's this, it just really brings it out. It's like when someone wears like green and they have green in their eyes, the green really comes out. You really didn't notice it before, but when suddenly you're near that and you're like, wow, I see the green in me because they're wearing the green. And now I'm able to go, oh, okay. So they're bringing this realization around for you on areas that you had kind of just subconsciously or under the radar focusing on lack and what's missing, and you're transforming that. You realize with that page of wands that you can focus on instead of what you're lacking in an area. You're gonna transform and move that energy to focus on gratitude and what you do want in that area, rather than um, the old habit that we've been given since we were very young to focus on that this thing is missing. So I like that for you because it's kind of like it blended in and then suddenly it stands out and like, wait a minute. It's like, if you have a whole, like a drawer full of socks that are all the same color, except one is slightly off. You don't realize it until, something makes you aware of it. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. What is that? That was just in there all along and it just kind of blended in. That's the kind of energy that they're talking about. So I like that for you. They are a beautiful mirror for you, helping you with some of that transformation, of course. You are a mirror for them as well. But you can't help what they see when they look into the mirror of you. You can only look at what you are seeing in the mirror of them. So that is what they have right now. So many blessings for you. All right. And VD Jalan, you are up next. Need like a general read. So let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know. Let's take a quick sip here. All right. So you do have the Six of Cups here, which talks about someone from your past coming in here. Something from your past coming back around, because you have the Page of Pentacles here, which does talk about two things. One, there's new opportunities that are coming up for you. And I feel like it's a situation that comes up. Something or someone from your past comes in and just really is a great reminder, right? Which we're like, oh, no, not them. So whoever just came to your mind, you're like, oh, God, please don't let it be them. Don't invest energy in that. They might draw them to you. but it's designed, so whoever or whatever it is designed for you. But it helps you look at your worth in a different way. It's a great reminder for you on how far you've come and who you aren't anymore, and how you used to define yourself by a situation or a person before. So I like that because it's like this person that maybe, or situation that used to really irritate you or really cause had a lot of pain that was brought up in the past through a situation, that now you see it or you remember it or something triggers it and you're just like, huh, oh well, it doesn't like it used to like maybe knock you off the fence and take you down, right? But now you're just like, what, a little wobble, and you're like, oh yeah. So I like this for you, whatever this is coming from the past. It's just like, yeah, it's not. You're not giving it the strength anymore. You're not giving it the power. You have retained your power, and I like this. It's like a validation for what the work that you've done around it. So I like that for you, VD. Many blessings for you. That's what they have for you right now. And Princess Pinky, you're up next. So, how will your full moon day and anything significant events coming up? Absolutely. Be sure to check out that pick a card from this morning as well. That will bring you some wonderful information in addition to this reading. Let's see what else they want you to know about any significant events or for the full moon here is on Tuesday. Well, I definitely like this. You have the Ten of Pentacles here. So here's the Virgo Earth energy coming in. A very beautiful feeling of abundance that you're having for the full moon day here. I also feel with the Queen of Cups, this is your intuition, your gut, your connection to your spiritual gifts. I feel like it's just a beautiful day of this energy, very grounding energy, of course, with that Virgo full moon. But it feels like so full, like your heart is just almost bursting with wonderful fullness and wholeness with this coming in here. There's also this kind of energy of transformation, of course, with the butterfly and the 10. It can be that there's something in your outside world too that's coming up that has this change in the outside world. I feel like you already are sensing it with your intuition. You just feel like there's something that's ending and beginning, um, something new, something clearing out. So I feel like you are picking up on this already within your deep heart, intuition, gut. You're just like, okay, what is going to be moving out of my life? You feel like there's a change that's a coming, either a friendship or relationship, something, a job, whatever it might be. You sense it already, and you already know it. So there's no surprising you with this event that's coming up, and it is significant. So I feel like you already understand which area that it is happening in, and you're okay with it. The full moon day, I feel like you really get grounded in it. You really sit in it, and it's almost like you're playing it out in your mind. You already see how it's going to unfold, and then you're just comfortable with it. And so you're full, knowing that this release is coming and that this new thing will be coming into your life, this new opportunity that will open up. So that's what I'm feeling for you, Princess Speaky. Again, check out that pick a card for that I put out this morning for the full moon alert and see what else comes in there for you. All right. So many blessings to you. And next up, we have high vibes. And you would like a general reading. So let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know. High vibes. I like that. All right. Well, okay. You definitely have some great energy coming in here. A lot of fire. So definitely a lot of vibes here, a lot of energy. The Eight of Wands is like a super amount of energy flooding in to your life. And the Six of Wands represents recognition, being seen. Beautiful flow, the even number cards, um, have flow. Like an 8, you have 4 on each side. There's this wonderful river, this channel. It's very open. If you get an odd number, it's like something's in there that's blocking, just demanding to be seen, demanding to be looked at. But you've got the 6 and the 8, which is like super flow, going with the flow, wonderful energy. So I feel like you will have recognition in one way or another, but really too, I feel like this is recognition from spirit, because the Eight of Wands can also represent, wands can represent our spiritual energy, and the Eight of Wands can be like all these messages that are coming in to you from spirit from all over the place. And I feel like you are getting this recognition from spirit, letting you know that all the stuff you do and all the effort you put in, even giving energy to people that don't even know about it, or all the little things that you do for people that they don't give you any recognition for it. They want you to know that it is always seen. They're around you 24/7. They see everything. And it's just this recognition. It's like going around giving high fives. They're all circling you, and they all have their hands up, for you to high five them, because they're just supporting you and proud of what you've been doing and the energy you've been putting in. So I like that for you. Just, pay attention, because they are communicating with you all over the place, physical world, emotional, mental, wherever it is, just inundating you with messages, uh, around this. Specifically, they want you to just know that you are seen. So I like that for you, high vibes. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. Ian Daisy, you are up next. And you want to know, what does Spirit want you to know for the week ahead? Finals are around the corner, and you are going to be prepared. Yes, we have no doubt that you will be. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Because you don't fool around when it comes to school. You're like, boom, we are getting it taken care of here. Yeah. So you do have the Page of Wands. So this is you stepping into your power. You get this a lot, the wands, with you, wherever you focus your energy is what grows and expands. And so they're like, continue to, focus on gratitude and focus on unconditional love, and what you do want to come in, not fears around what you're afraid will happen, or what will leave, or what's missing, or what's in your life that you don't want. Continue to focus on what you want to grow, because like attracts like. And so I really like that for you there, because the other one is also the Page of Pentacles. So some new opportunities coming up here. And the Five of Cups represents this change. And I like this because this is the change of energy that you've done. The Five of Cups is, you know, it's okay to feel emotions related to fear, but we don't have to live in it. So as soon as you experience it and you're like, all right, I'm done, then you change your energy to that, focusing on positive, focusing on the unconditional love. You can feel these, but and we've talked about this before, but maybe this is not just for you, that they, with the wands, neither is right, neither is wrong with what we choose. They just bring different things. When we focus on fear emotions, it's restrictive. It's makes us feel disempowered. It makes us feel caged and restricted in all those emotions we feel related to the fear. When we focus on unconditional love and gratitude, we get to experience this bliss and laughter and joy and brightness and expansiveness, warmth instead of cold. And so, but that's our normal state where we come from. But we came here to experience the fears and all of those other emotions on purpose, so that we could understand who we are by experiencing who we're not. I talk about this tapestry a lot. If it was all beige, you wouldn't see a design. You'd be like, oh, that's interesting that you have this beige, tapestry on the wall, bruddaZEN. But when we experience the shadow, then look at all that we get to see, this white design in the middle and all this shadow. We get to see this design, this burst, and so we're able to see ourselves. So it's not, you know, wrong. There's no right or wrong. Just it feels different. When you're ready to feel something different, we do. We have that choice. We're not trapped in only one emotion. So that's what they have for you, Daisy. Many blessings. And I would wish you luck on your finals, but you don't need it. You know, it's all in your power. Just like I said, when you stay calm, not of fear, you have total access to the brilliant mind, and I like it. All right. Ah, very good. And then you wish you luck. You don't need luck. I just said you don't need luck. But yeah, very good. Enjoy the adventure, Daisy. You'll have a blast. I know. Slowly adulting. No, never grow up. All right. So, Mira, you are the next energy, and much love and blessing to you, Daisy. All right, Mira. So, you'd like a spirit message? Let's see what they have here for you. What the spirit wants you to know right now. Wow, all this wands energy coming in here. In this one, I just put this back in the deck and shuffled, and psh, it came flying out again. But you got two wands energy here, so very much a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of energetic movement that's happening. The Nine of Wands, normally has like there's this energetic block, and it's this going inward with the nine being the hermit's journey, looking at your own power. What have of my own power has been blocking me? Well, that's what I love about the Page of Wands coming in here, because here you have your Ace of Wands, and here you are, the sickle here. You're cutting through here because you're recognizing your power. You're recognizing that whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And you're realizing that there was some underscoring belief that you had, that you've been really facing lately, on about what you deserve and what you don't deserve. I like this for you because you've really been just stepping up more and more and more. This courage of going against some previous beliefs that you had from when you were very young, that were blocking you, but now you're grabbing, the Ace of Wands, which is one of the wands blocking you, and you're stepping into your power, which happens just to open up the perfect space for you to slide through whatever this has been blocking you. So I really like this. They're definitely saying that you have the power. Step through. You don't have to hold back. Now's the time. So definitely, very much the where you felt resistance before. There's like this draw, and you're like, well, wait a minute, I don't know if I'm ready for this, and they're just saying you are. Just go with the flow and step with it. You will uh, do fine. You will be fine. You're safe. It's for you. So step forward. I like that. So that's what they have for you, Mira. Many blessings for you. All right. And up next after that is New Love. And you felt ill and anxious 2 days, appearing without reason, and bad things happened both days. Was it a premonition about what was going to happen? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know around this? You got 2 4s coming in here. Fours are stable numbers. They are, they bring us in. If you think of like a huge table with 4 big legs on it, it's a very solid foundation. And what Spirit is saying, that, that things happen, but we're the ones that put the title bad or good on it. And, when we have anxiety, when we have fear, that's not of spirit. Spirit doesn't, it's of unconditional love. So when we feel anxiety, we feel fear, that's the human child self feeling unsafe and out of control. And we all go through that, daily, when we, in our earlier years, as we get older, and as we become more aware and we step into unconditional love more, we have more stable moments than unstable. And this is the stable moments that it's coming in here. It was basically showing you, you are more in stability now than instability. So when the instability came in, whatever the little thing that bubbled up that they wanted you to look at, um, bubbled up, and it feels very different. Like if you grow up in a bar that's playing loud music 24/7 at the highest volume, Silence is the odd thing. But when you leave the bar, which is when you go to enlightenment and to where you've been focusing on in your life, the silence becomes the norm and the loud music becomes the what the heck was that, and that's what came in here was this loud music. Something triggered, whether you were conscious of it or not. Your inner child was. It picked up on something that made it feel unsafe and out of control, which they flipped the switch on the loud music. They turned up the volume full blast, and you're like, what is that? And that's what just kind of took you off guard here. So the what you're perceiving as bad things are, you can replace the bad with fearing, like fear filled thing. So whatever came up that seemed bad, look at what fear you had around it, because that's helping you regain the stableness that you normally have here. The Four of Pentacles is about defining ourselves by the outside world, um, and it can be around the feelings of love from the outside world. Might have been what made us feel unstable for a moment, um, over this time. And so the anxiety is like the spidey sense of our little child self, that when it starts to feel out of control or unsafe, it starts going, it pulls the fire alarm and whoop, 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 and we go out of our minds into our fear. And that's when everything just feels like we're in a doing backflips in a tornado, because we're drawn out from the calm center of the storm, out into the chaos, which, you know we enjoy. We came here to enjoy those emotions and do somersaults. After a while we get bored of being in the being in the eye anyway. We're like, I'm ready for some drama. Can you order me some drama? Let me just they deliver, let me just order some drama. And so just a little bit of came in for a little bit. So not so much a premonition as it was your child self, your inner child self, um, uh, being triggered, is what it was. So that's what they have for you, new love. I like it. Nothing wrong with it at all. So be gentle with yourself. All right. Many, many blessings to you. And Manju, you are up next. So divine guidance for you. Let me take another sip here. All right. Let's take a look here. What would the divine like for you? All right. Let's see here. Wow. So you definitely have some new things coming in here. You got two aces, Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. So there is this new opportunity of loving feelings coming in here. This way of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world. So that doesn't need to mean that this is romance, but you definitely have this um, event, this opportunity that comes up here in the very near future. Ones are just so fresh. It's like right around the corner here. Like this week, you're going to have some wonderful interactions with individuals in the outside world, because the Pentacles is having it come from the outside world, just where you feel loved, where you feel like the appreciated, and your worth in relationship to the outside world. You're just like, wow, you know, our human side, our little inner child, it loves a little validation. It loves it every once in a while, and it's okay. We don't want to go. Um, Normally we don't want to go full blown into ego. We've had that before, and it's like, eh. But a nice little validation here and there feels good, right? It's just like someone coming up and going, you know what? I love you and everything that you do for us, and a big hug. And you're just like, oh, it just really reinforces. It's like this expression of the Creator's love for us from the outside world. And I feel like that's what comes up here for you. It's just some well deserved appreciation and love for what you're doing and who you are, and how you help other people. So I like that. So that's what Spirit wants you to know right now. That when it comes, just know that they're being um, advocate, is that the right word? Advocate of love that's being expressed to you from Creator. So I love it, Manju. So many, many blessings to you. You're welcome, VD. All right, Divine. Oops, sorry, almost went past you. Sorry there, Divya. You are up next. You want to know, what does Spirit want you to know about your future spouse? What little hints can they give you? It's like a scavenger hunt. They're only going to give you a little bit out of a time here. Wow. All right. Well, I like this for you. So your future spouse, Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely they have a lot of success in the outside world. So, a lot of financial security, abundance, even they just feel very solid about who they are in the outside world. And because of that, because of this confidence in who they are and how they don't allow the outside world to tell them anything, they're very not stubborn. They're just very confident. They're just very like, thank you for your opinion, but they're going to do what they really have learned to do on the inside. And that's why they're so abundant and successful. And it just seems like the wheel, like they're just fated to, be well off in a lot of ways, is how people perceive it. But they have worked their butt off, and they really have learned the hard way earlier, to where they make great decisions, and they trust their instinct, and they have the great power of understanding where they invest their energy is what grows too. So just very confident, very abundant, like I said, in the outside world in a lot of ways. So I like that for you, Divya. I mean, like, yeah, that's what we all want, right? Well, you know, we don't all want that. Our humans all want that, but our higher selves go, "Oh, that's boring. I want an exciting adventure." But this is what they have for you, so I like it. All right, Divine Goddess, you are up. You want to know, is he seeking you? All right, let's take a look here. The he that's on your mind, are they seeking you? All right. I would say yes. Here's the Knight of Cups, the knight that's on the quest for love. So they are seeking you. You also have the Strength card, which your higher self is, while they are seeking you, come seek me. This is what your higher self wants. So this is your human and your higher self, right? And they're like, they are seeking you, but the real seeking with the Knight of Cups, all of us quest after a higher love that we can't find on the outside world. This is the love that we're seeking, truly seeking. And when we find this, then our outside love totally changes and it transforms, because no one can live up to this relationship. They're just a third wheel. Everyone's just a third wheel in our true relationship with the love within us. It's like when I had relationships, and people would, they would go outside of the relationship and not live up to the commitment that we had of being exclusive. And later it was like, Spirit's like, well, you were cheating on yourself with them anyway. I'm like, oh yeah, I was, wasn't I? Because I was looking for the love that I found inside from someone else. And it's like, oh, this is the self-love, and then this is just extra. So I like that message coming in there for you. But they are seeking you, and your higher self is, but who are you seeking? Are you seeking me? So I like it. And that's what they have, Divine Goddess. Many blessings to you. All right. And the next free reading up will be Grace, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, VD. Like your little laughing tear. So you want to know, what is the purpose of your connection with the Capricorn? Oh, so you're just like, blah, they're like your counselor. Let's take a look here. So what's the purpose of this connection? right, let me just refresh these real quick. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. Wow. All right. Okay. Well, you definitely, there's this, um, like stepping into your power, and it has to do with this, with the self-love here. Because the magician card, of course, they usually have a wand toward the heavens, and it's about stepping into your power, not being someone who, you know, is waiting around for something to come to you. You're really diving into your emotions here, because you even have the Eight of Cups, which is leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve you here. So they really are showing you a lot about your own self and your own emotions. I feel like they ignite, these old emotions within you in a way, like they really mirror to you. uh, not that they irritate you, but they just I don't want to I don't feel like they're blunt, but they're this really true mirror. They're showing me, how they have these beauty mirrors that just magnify, like, for you to see, like, blemishes and things on your face or whatever. And it's like, boom, and it's like, wow, they really, really just don't hold back. The mirror that they have in your life is just like in your face. Yeah. And so it just draws it out, and you're just like, and exactly as you're saying, it just pours out. They literally just pour out, and you're like, all right, well, there it is, but it's helping you. Their energy is just, it almost feels like they're safe, like they're a safe zone. And it's like, all right, I feel like I can just pour everything out, and I'm not going to get like judged. I'm not going to get, they're not going to put it out on the internet or whatever. You just feel safe there. And there's this empowerment that comes in here with it. So, I'm kind of feeling this energy too here of kind of a past life connection. Um, and it's possible, like when you first met each other, that you feel like you've known them forever. And it's because there's this past life. I must feel like you were their priest, you were their confidant, you were the support for them, like you were their counselor in a previous life, and now they're returning the favor, and they're being like, it's almost like, in a lifetime you were like a spirit guide for them, and then this lifetime they're being this safe space for you in this lifetime. um and I like that, especially this hat is just really, coming out for me. Oh, it makes sense here. So here's the crown here. So they're showing me like they, are helping you transform this into this into this beautiful, um, bright. So your crown is changing from one of darkness in this, and, um, it's transforming into something that feels more light. So, I like this for you, definitely here, and I feel like that's the connection. That, there's this. Um, I don't want to say a counselor, but they are just a safe space for you to just to pour it out, and it's okay. It's like, it's like payback. you know, you did it for them in a previous life, and they're doing it for you in this life. So you're just like, you know what? I feel okay with this, and I'm going to do it. And if you're like, I feel bad that, they don't, share much with me, go, you know what? I'm gonna treat you to dinner because you're my unlicensed counselor, or whatever, you know. But so I like that, for him, and it could be, you know, um, some of their Capricorn energy. That Capricorn energy is Earth energy, and so they're very grounding. And so, enjoy it. Yeah, I definitely like that for you. Yeah. So if you feel guilty about it and you feel like, oh, it's one-sided, to go, well, it was one-sided before in a past lifetime, so now it's balancing out. Payback. But if your human wants to help, just say, you know what, I want to treat you to lunch or dinner or a coffee or whatever, just for your services of being an open ear, allowing me to, pour this stuff out and helping me get it out, you know. But I love it for you. You deserve it. So go with the flow. Just allow it to go. Yeah. Yeah, because here's the King of Cups, balancing of the heart and mind. So I like that. All right, BD. Well, that's what they have for you. So hopefully that helped. Many blessings for you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. Grace, you are up. And you want to know that what are his expectations from you? So, so what do you want to know around the expectations with this individual here? Um, so we've got this Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is like the search for abundance and for security and for validation of one's worth. And all the knights are on a quest, and this knight is on a quest for the Ace of Pentacles, which is about finding a new way of uh, identifying their worth in relationship to the outside world, really focusing in on their self-worth. The Ten of Pentacles is this beautiful transformation. It is about abundance. Is it about this fullness? And the combination of this energy, it's just this transformation of how we see oneself, how we are looking at our overall worth. So when you're looking at from the human standpoint, this would be looking for each other to make ourselves feel whole and to define ourselves, to find security in abundance in the outside world, whether that's abundance of money, home, relationship, family, whatever it would be. There's this, underlying human need searching. That's what this knight is searching for, feeling whole and complete, which we actually don't ever find on the outside world, because everything on the outside world is unstable. People change, people pass away, people walk away. Situations like jobs and educations, etc., never stay the same, and things break down, blow up, burn down, or stolen, deteriorate, whatever, that we realize we eventually turn inward to find our wholeness, which is what the knight eventually ends up doing. But the expectations that the humans have, is around trying to find this wholeness. And that's our journey, that's our adventure. It's like we come here on this giant scavenger hunt going, where's my worth? And there I go, it's out there. And we spend all these years looking out there, and we go like, it is not, it's been here all along, you guys. And so it's a wonderful journey, it's a wonderful adventure here. And it is divine. It is this, we have these soulmates, of all kinds, whether it's friends, family, romantic, or whatever, that are these mirrors for us, are these we have all agreed to play these parts in us to draw us out and to take us on these adventures in the outside world. But you eventually find that, what you're looking for within you, which is why you're asking these questions, which is great. You're just kind of getting to the point of going, where is the answers? I'm not finding them out here. What's going on? So I like it. And just as I say that, the clouds come over and it gets dark in here. It get kind of dimmed in here. Ooh, the journey, the adventure. All right, but that's what they have for you, Grace. So many blessings for you. All right. So Pinky, you are up next. You want to know, how does Leo perceive you? Let's see here. So Leo. What is their perception? So, you've got this Eight of Cups, which is, we just had this come up here too, which is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you. And the choice card here with the Chariot is movement, movement. So both of these cards are about movement, and they perceive you as someone who is left behind emotions that don't serve you, leaving behind things that don't serve you, and that you really, it's a very empowering energy that I'm getting with this combination because the Chariot card is the choice card. It's like stepping into knowing that you get to choose what something means, like what story you apply to a situation. You get to decide what emotion you feel as you go through something and what energy you want to invest. And they're seeing you as someone who's like, you know what? I had enough of these old emotions. I've gotten what I can from them and they're gone. I'm dumping them and I'm moving on and you're moving forward. So I'm not sure if this Leo is someone that you had past emotions with. If so, they're like, wow, she just has been able to move past all that. Or if they know your life and they know what you've been through and gone through, or what you've shared with them, they see that you've moved past that and you have this emotional power, this stepping into your power of choice around those things. And so they see you as someone who's strong, which coming from a Leo the lion, they're like, hey, I like her courage. So that's what I have coming through here right now for you, Pinky, and many blessings for you. All right. K-pop, you are up next. Messages from your man, and blessings to you as well. All right. So you have this one card and these two cards. So let's take a look here. All right. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, the messages you have here, I mean, there's this ending and beginning, this rebirth, because you've got the Empress card, which is about new birth, newness, harvest. You've got the Fool card, which is all about new, jumping off into a new adventure without a lot of expectations. And you have the Death card, death and rebirth. So definitely a clear message here. Whatever is happening, there is this rebirth, there is this new adventure, there is this new journey that's happening here. If you've not met them yet, then this is like, get ready because there is this rebirth that's about to happen. Things are ending, things are beginning. And I feel like that you're about to meet them if you haven't yet. If you have met them, this is about stepping it up to a new level. Things are about to change in big ways. You're probably feeling the birthing pains with the new birth because both the Death card is pregnant and the Empress card is all about new birth. She's usually pregnant. It's like you're start your Lamaze because things are about to be birthed. So, and it's happening very, very soon here because, like, I feel not me personally, but spiritually, I feel the the before birth happens, contractions. Wow, the contractions are starting. It's like, oh, here it comes. You're about to give birth. So I like that for you. And that's what they have. K-pop, so many blessings to you. Buckle up. Here it comes. All right. Love within, you are next. Anything that comes out, what does Spirit wants you to know right now? All right. So you've got the Three of Pentacles and the Magician. Wow, yeah, definitely a wonderful, clear message here about really stepping into your power and staying true to you. The Three of Pentacles is like the authenticity card. Try not to get pulled off out of fear of being punished by people for not doing what they want you to do, and or losing support from others for not doing what they are wanting you to do. It's about staying true to you and your path, what you're wanting to do. And the Magician card is all about and step forward and do it. You don't have to wait. The Magician has a magic wand. Focus your energy. What do you want to do? It's like the major manifester card. Whereas the divine feminine energy is kind of, it's the chalice. It has a need, it wishes for it, and then it waits for it to come. Not the magician. The magician is the divine masculine energy. It's like power, move forward, do, go, 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 movement, movement, movement. So whatever this is, this authentic thing you want to do that is you, and they're all step forward, go for it, move forward with it, because it is designed, it is your destiny, it is your heart's desire to do this thing, and it's time. And you have the energy, you have the support from the spirit world, from all around. So I like it, love within. Go, go, go. All right. So many blessings to you. Golden, you are up next. So how will okay, so how are you going to know that this individual is your future spouse? How are you going to know? What's going to be like the big clear message of, oh, so okay, so this really is the one. Let's see. Let's refresh the cards real quick here. All right. So how are you going to know? What's going to be the bat sign? Like the bat signal. What's going to be the bat signal saying, here you are the one? All right. All right, I like it. So you're going to know here because the timing, the temperance is the patience card. It's like it takes time for things to unfold, but then suddenly it's like birthing. I was just talking about like the Empress before, where she's usually pregnant and is about new birth. That um, they're saying, you will know, there will be no doubt. It's like asking, how will you know when the baby is about to be born? Oh, you'll know. Like the birthing pains, it's like you will know, because there'll be no doubt that, like when the water breaks, it's like, I think the baby's coming. You'll know, there'll be no doubt. There's like they said, it will just be, like they said, no doubt. There just is, there'll be um uh, you know every area, it'll just be this knowing, and you're just going to be like, it's a no-brainer. So I like it. And again, they're showing like a bat signal in the sky. You're going to look up and go, oh yeah, there it is. You can't mistake in it at all, right? Like when a mother is about to give birth and her water breaks, like, what is that? I'm not sure what that is. I can't be that. I think I just, wet myself. Like, no, whoosh. They know, they can feel it throughout their body, right? So that's what they have for you, Golden. Vivid pictures. All right. Many, many blessings to you. All right. So we are at the top of the first hour. So I always like just to do a check-in and let everyone know. If you're new to the channel, I'm usually on for about 2 hours, so I'll be on for about another hour. For the free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. You can just put your question out there. And if you don't want to put your question and put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading, Spirit knows. And then also, if you want me to go deeper into a reading or prioritize your reading, I do honor the energy exchange of donations. And so if you make a donation, I do step out, complete your reading, and then I step back in and continue going down the list. I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then on, of course, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain as well. So that's been the public service announcement. Now back to the regular scheduled program. All right. So it's me, Anjou Ticklicar. You are up next for the next free reading. And anything that Spirit wants you to know right now. Let's take a look here. What would they like? Whoa. Almost lost half the deck off the table, thankfully. Angels are guiding and guarding. Otherwise, I'd be doing the 78 card pickup. All right. So what you have going on here, you do have the 4 of Swords here, which is peace of mind, which is great. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And the Four of Swords normally has someone sleeping on the Ace of Swords. And then the Three Swords are, they're being put to rest. The Three Swords are our expectations, our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. Usually the Three of Swords has a giant heart in it with three swords stuck in it, representing heartbreak and disappointment, what it might feel like, and we have a lot of roles that we've been given to all our lives around things that, you know, we end up feeling disappointed because the outside world is never going to live up to 100% of our expectations. And so we experience that. I feel like this, because of the Knight of Cups, has to do with love and emotion. I feel like what's being put to rest is a lot of expectations around what love is supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. And the quest for love is changing. There's a stability here coming in whereas before there was like a lot of fear around not finding love or losing love or what is love supposed to be, and more so who am I supposed to be, and really focusing on that. There's this wonderful putting it to rest, this transformation that's coming in here for you. So I like that for you. It seems like a day of celebration for a lot of people where spirit's just going, just take a breath, take a step back and look at how far you've come. Look at what you've released. Look at how much fear has slid away out of your life, and look how much more confident you are in who you are and what you want and the clarity of mind that's been coming. And so I feel like they're just saying, take a breath, take a step back, and really look how far you've come, and take some time to celebrate that. Do something to celebrate it today. Take yourself out for like a coffee or a tea or a dinner or a lunch, or do something. Go buy yourself a scarf. Go buy yourself something. You know, it's like celebrate your adventure. You don't have to wait till the future of the whens to celebrate. They're like celebrate all along the way, and today is a big day to do that. So that's what they have for you, Anju. I like it. Celebrate. Woo woo. All right. Many blessings to you. Mystic Falls, you are up next, and you would like to know what would Spirit like you to know around your strengths. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. And what they're saying here for you is one of the strengths you have is your ability like to connect to the higher wisdom. The Wheel of Fortune tells us that everything unfolds for us, and it tells us this wonderful journey of before we came down here. We chose a lot of things to experience, including when we were born and when we're going to, pull away back to the spirit world and all these fated events, and that life is not an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode, but there's so much organization and planning around it. A lot of, and also that we have our free will of what story and emotion and energy that we're going to put into each of those moments, the fated moments. But there's a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge here. And I feel like the strength is that you are open to the higher knowledge. You're open to seeing things from that higher perspective, to see how the world works. How does this dimension work? Why did we come here? How did things unfold? So I really love this. They're saying a strength of yours is the thirst for the higher knowledge and the higher awareness of things. I feel like you are, it's very much Virgo Capricorn energy that's coming in. It's just this, I want to know the stuff. I want to know. I want to know. Just investigative. You can go off into this bunny trail, digging in, down the rabbit hole, down the bunny trail and down the rabbit hole. What is this about bunnies? But it's all this diving deep into things, and the thirst that you have for that knowledge. And that is a strength, because not all of us, you know, will be like, you go and you give us the, what do they call them, the script, like the cheat sheet, right? The script, the crypt notes, crypt, is it called crypt notes? I don't know. I'm blanking right now on it, which doesn't matter. But it's like you do the little, you read the book and give us the book report. We'll simplify it. You know, it's like, oh, okay, so enjoy that. That's a gift. That is a strength, and come back and report. So I like that, free Mystic Falls. That's what they want for you to know right now about one of your many strengths. So many blessings to you. All right. Soulmate Zoe. Hey, Zoe. I feel like there's uh, a little piece of lint on my nose that I keep seeing. All right. So will anything happen between Ezra and you? You recently united as friends only. All right. Let's take a look here and see what the Spirit wants you to know here. Anything else? All right. I don't see anything happening as far as like romantically or back togetherness, because the I feel like the purpose why you guys are still like interacting has to do with the Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords is changing of perception and thought and belief and mindset, and cutting away of some beliefs around lack and abandonment and being left behind and left out in the cold and blah blah blah. So there is this movement here, and I feel like in the conversations that you guys have in the friendships, that you're able to realize, okay, I'm not abandoned, neither of you are abandoned, and you're seeing things from a different perspective, you're seeing things differently. It's like there's this reinforcement that you're still able to interact with one another. It's like you're both of you are going like, okay, I'm not such a bad person. It's weird, I know, but it feels like it's both that way. It's like, you know what? I'm not so um, unlovable and abandonable. I'm making up a word, abandonable, like abominable, but abandonable. That they still want to be friends, and that we interact with one another, that I'm not so bad after all, because there's this underscoring abandonment that happened in both of your lives very early on that have just rippled forward in life, and that's why you guys came together as these mirrors, and why you're back together united as mirrors to help resolve some of those old ripples of being feeling abandoned when you were younger. And it's just like, I'm not so bad after all. I'm not. I'm not worthy of abandonment. And it's like, huh. And so I love this for you guys, but I don't see anything happening like romantically. But I feel like this is so much more important because it helps put some old fears of abandonment to rest. And you're just like, okay. So I like that for you, Zoe. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. All right. And Jai, you are up next. Jai Shri Krishna. Hello, hello. And you want to go, when will you become emotionally stable and happy from the inside? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? What a great question. Well, you got a stable card here. It's not emotional stability, it's stability of the outside world, but still. And I was going to say, it was funny. It's like, when will all of us become emotionally stable and happy from the inside? I go, when we're dead, when we're back on the other side. And then you get the death card, which is this death and this rebirth that we have while we're here. The Four of Pentacles tells us of this wonderful journey about the stability that we gain. And it's a perfect answer to your question, because we're taught to find our the stability of our worth, and it impacts our emotions, our mental stability, our emotional stability, our external stability are so intertwined anyway. But we're taught to define ourselves by the outside world, right? By three areas: relationships, situations, and things. And all of those things in the outside world that we're told to define our worth by are unstable. And that's why we have instability. Because when we define ourselves by relationship, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So if we define our worth on their instability, we feel unstable. Then we're said, well, define yourself by situations like work, education, social status, whatever situations and circumstances we can get into. Well, they never stay the same. They are unstable too. So then we feel unstable. And then we're like, well, define yourself by your money, by your possessions, by your body. Well, all those things deteriorate, they break down, they blow up, they burn down, they're stolen. So they're unstable too. And so finally, this rebirth that's happening here, you know, we get so bored with the instability of the outside world, or so disappointed in the instability of the outside world, that we do turn inward and upward. And that's where we find what is truly stable, which is the eternal, unconditional love of up above. Eternal, very stable; unconditional, very stable. And so we change from looking for our worth from the outside world, which I call retail price, because that's the price we feel we are valued from others, to self worth. Self worth comes in here, not out there. Capital S self, turning inward and upward. Retail price is that instability, right? The example Spirit uses a lot is, if we're a big parka coat in northern Alaska during the winter, we are sought after and highly, maybe even marked up in price, right? But for that same coat on a tropical island on the equator during the summer, we may not even make it to the clearance rack. We might even just be donated, to Goodwill or something, because they don't need it, right? And that's the fickleness and the instability of the outside world. So you will become emotionally stable and happy from the inside when you realize the outside world isn't going to give you what you need. You turn inward and upward and find that unconditional eternal love by connecting to your higher self, into the spirit realm. And then your whole world changes. It doesn't mean that we don't want anything in the outside world. It just means we don't need anything from the outside world. We can still want a relationship, still want stuff, but it's not falling short. It's above and beyond extra, because we find everything we need from inside of us. So that is what they have for you, Jai. And just as my stomach growls really loud, I'm sorry if you heard that. That's the hunger of our for the outside world, but we find everything we need inside us. So that's what they have, Jai. Many blessings to you. Thank you for that great question. All right, Kevin, hello. Kevin, we're just going to call you Kevin so I don't murder your last name. And you'd like a gender reading for your love life. You're currently single. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about love life? Wow. Okay. So you have love coming here with the Ace of Cups. So but the Nine of Swords is what the main subject is. This is what they want to talk about, but this is what this is related to, because the Nine of Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations. And the Nine of Swords is called the Insomnia card or the Nightmare card, because here, see this book here? This is the long list of rules of the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the must be around love and relationships. All these small t truths that are rooted in the fear of losing a conditional love of the outside world. It's conditional because there's all these rules around that you have to obey and meet in order for you to be lovable and acceptable. And we're given all these from when we're very, very young. The Nine of Swords tells us to, it's the hermit's journey, looking inward for our answers. So we're almost to the place. The 9 is an ending. The 10 is like walking out the door. The 10 of Swords is the, I've had it, I'm exhausted, I just can't stand it anymore, trying to live up to all these expectations. And you're on the threshold of that around love, of like, you know what? I've heard all this all my life of this is what it's supposed to be, and who I'm supposed to be, and who they're supposed to be, and how it's supposed to unfold, and then how it's supposed to be after that. There's this, all these opinions, right? But there's this freedom that comes when we release so many, and we tell the universe what I want. I want love in the outside world. Now, how and when and who and whatever, I'm leaving up to you. I'm going to enjoy the adventure and the journey. I'm not going to, have my worth attached to it. I'm not going to have fears around if I don't find love that it means something about me, because I trust that what is for me will not pass me by. And instead of having a lot of energy and fear invested in pursuing, trying to find the love, you start to love yourself. While we're waiting, we turn inward and to the chalice, the Holy Grail, which is our self-love, our inner love. We turn inward and upward, then we fill up with that, and it changes what we attract into the world. When we have a lot of fears around love, we like attracts like. We bring in stuff that we fear. Like if we fear someone's going to cheat on us, we're going to draw someone in that is going to give us that wonderful experience of being cheated on. When we find love from within us, and we don't have these fears, because we fear that when someone cheats on us, it means something about us, right? But when we have this wholeness and this love that we find, the self-love, then when someone does something that's about them, not about us, transforms things. It transforms what we draw in with all of this. So I feel like this is the journey right now, is to see what fears you have around love, and it helps transform things. It helps change what you are looking at, right? And it changes what you draw in. It changes your ability to love and receive love too, because we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor can we receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself this much, no matter how much love I want to pour out to someone, drip, drip, drip. And no matter how much love they want to give to me, drip, drip, drip. So the more we expand our self-love, not only do we have this wonderful win-win of having this wonderful connection to the love from above, we're also able to love and receive love in the outside world as well. So that's kind of the journey going on right now. Kevin, that's what they'd like you to know. So enjoy the journey. I love it. All right. So many blessings to you. Dajona, you're up next. Let me take another quick sip here. And whatever comes out. All right. Just refresh these real quick here. So sorry. All right. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now, Dajona? All right. And to this one. Well, you have this wonderful balancing that's coming in here in your outside world here. And I like it. There's this wonderful, see the butterfly between the two skulls, and you have the butterfly here. So a wonderful transformation that's happening around thought and belief and mindset that's really just altering your outside world. The 10 of Swords usually has someone like laid down with 10 swords on their back, which, they're not dead. They're just exhausted trying to live up to a lot of expectations in the outside world. And I like it because there is this huge change that happens. That's what happens with the chrysalis, with butterflies, and the cocoon with moths, right? It changes things. It changes your perception, because you're no longer crawling along the forest floor, you're fluttering above. You're able to go distances that a caterpillar can't go. You're able to go over streams when a caterpillar couldn't, not easily, unless the caterpillar created a raft, which is unlikely. So there's this wonderful transformation and change that's happening here with your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. And you're getting butterfly energy instead of caterpillar energy. You're seeing things from a higher perspective instead of fear and lower perspective. So I like this for you. It's a recognition that you are in the midst of your transformation. You're busting out. I mean, because that 10 is endings and new beginnings. You're like you're ready to bust out of the cocoon and let your wings dry for a moment before you fly. So I like that for you, Daijona, and that's what they have right now for you. So many blessings. All right. So Gauri, I'm probably mispronouncing that. Gauri, and why you both met and connected. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about this connection. All right. So this is great. You have the World card, which is ending of old cycles and new beginnings, and the Queen of Swords, which is balancing of heart and mind. So, you have this divine appointment with one another of looking at interaction differently, looking at this relationship, this divine appointment of interaction differently than you had before. The Queen of Swords is cutting away old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you, which is what the World card is too. It's leaving behind whatever, when we did what we always did, we got what we always got. And you're like, I have had enough with what I always have got. I'm ready for something new, something fresh, something, more free. Because that's what happens with the World card. The World card is the last card in the major arcana, and then you start over again with the Fool card, which is 0, which is like a baby being born. No expectations, nothing preconceived. They're there for the adventure until we start getting inundated with all the rules. And this is this energy of being there without all the rules, without, restriction, allowing yourself to go with the flow and being more open. So there is this energy here of that, of being free, of moving forward, being open to new opportunities, letting go of a lot of your expectations. And so I like this. This is like a new adventure for you. So that's what they have. That's what they're bringing in there for you, Gauri. So many, many blessings to you. And let me take a look here. I think I just got a donation. All right. Thank you so much for your donation. Star Girl, you'll be the next free reading coming up. But Kristen, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, how is Anwar feeling in their intentions? You blocked him. He was playing. Oh. Uh-oh. I love the boundaries. I like that. All right, Kristen, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? What are their feelings and intentions? What does Spirit want you to know around this? All right. Well, you got 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. All right. So the first 2 cards here, you've got the Tower card and this Knight of Wands. So the feelings that they're having right now with being blocked, very fiery. The Tower is, the burning down of things. They had high hopes of, I think, of some physical action, passion. I feel like they're a very fiery personality. So, like a Leo or an Aries or a Sagittarius, but just very, passionate. And so now, that's the kind of the combination other feelings and intentions where that they, they, very fiery. They heat up fast and cool off fast. But I feel like they're inflamed now for being blocked, but they were inflamed for other reasons before that, before you blocked them, right? So this is the blocking. This is the preconception, the feelings and intentions beforehand. Yeah, yeah. Um, we have the judgment card here coming too here, which the judgment card has to do with like your higher self calling you, but also double endings and double new beginnings. And again, there's this. I feel like you said, the cutting away of things definitely comes through here, um, which is I feel supported there. He's a confusing spirit. I think he's just confused. I think he's just uh, overcome with his passions that he can't think clearly, right? Yeah, because here's the Lover's card and the Ace of Swords. So yeah, this definitely is your power of choice coming in regarding to love, and the Ace of Swords here, which is seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away of emotions and cutting away of thoughts and beliefs that don't serve around love here. So I really like this for you. Um, like I said in the beginning, I just felt this pride of spirit in you standing up for your beliefs, your awareness, your heart, not allowing things that you don't permit to be there. So I really like this um, transformation that you're having around love too, because the Ace of Swords means like connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, seeing things, seeing love, seeing relationships, seeing interactions from a higher perspective, a different perspective, while at the same way cutting away some fears, some small T truths, which are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. And so there's this cutting away of these, expectations around love as well. So that they're saying they're proud of you for standing up for your boundaries, um, but also to take time to look at any fears that came up and okay, what am I fearing around this, because we might um, chop things off with this Ace of Swords too fast sometimes, right? We're like, nope, waka! And it's like, okay, what can I learn through this as well? I kind of feel coming in here because you do have the Ten of Pentacles. So you are going through this transformation with your outside world. You're transforming into this beautiful butterfly, seeing things from a higher perspective, this ending and these beginnings of the outside world. Yeah. So, there's this, um, you know, awareness that they're wanting to have, like you were saying, that like they had another girl. Of course, that sparks a fear within us in some way, because if we go into fight or flight, like if we attack or we run, then there's a fear there that we're wanting to protect ourselves from, right? So, like the blocking is an act of fear in a way. And hear me out, because um, do I fear that if I don't block them, that I'm going to fall for them? No, So it's more of an act of pain, an act of fear in ways when we, because blocking someone's like hanging up on someone or ghosting someone or whatever. It's like I reject you because I feel unsafe, and it's like okay, which is understandable. Our human self doesn't want to have does not want to be hurt, and we're like, you are unsafe, you will hurt me, I have to keep you away. And it's like, can you hurt me? You can't hurt me unless I let you, and I'm not going to let you. So you can not you don't have to block someone in order to have this you know reaction. So, there's this, what can I learn from here? What can I, go through, learn from this experience, right? So, I like the, definitely the boundaries that you don't feel like you have to put up with anything. I really like that coming through in here. But what Spirit is saying, that there is this opportunity here of this transformation that happens as you, look at what expectations that you have around love and all of this, and what fears we have, because that releases us, right? That we, um, as we're experiencing love, as we're going through things, you know, um, that we don't have to, we can say, okay, um, I appreciate the interest, but it's not really for me. Thank you, though. And then we just stop responding. We don't have to defend. We don't have to, because it's being aware of the fears is the message that Spirit has coming through here for you. So that's what they have for you, Kristen. Yeah, yeah. So that's the getting to the rid of the fears. Well, they didn't want to talk to me. They didn't want. They blocked me. They did this. It's like, we. What did I learn through this mirror? Right. Why did I have a trigger go off somewhere inside of me? So obviously, like you said, you're very self-aware. So now it's like, okay, this mirror, what can I learn from this? And so I think you will, this is like Spirit saying, just look in that mirror that of the situation. What can you learn about any fears that you have in there? Because then you don't have those that come back in the future. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Kristen. Many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. All right. And Sasha, thank you for your donation. I do see that here. All right. Very good. So let's see what Spirit has for your question here around feelings and reactions. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. Anything else? All right. Let's see what we have here. Wow, we had this 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 again. It's been coming out here. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like a dance. So let's take a look here and see what's going on here. Okay. All right. So the first that comes out here is the Five of Pentacles. Are these feelings of like, um, feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold, feelings of lack in the outside world. So, with this coming in here, I almost feel like it doesn't. Like you said, you're not sure if it will happen. It might happen unexpectedly, maybe or not. I'm kind of feeling like this, like it doesn't. It feels like this, because there's these feelings of lack that come from the situation that you're talking about here. Um, because we have the Knight of Pentacles too here, which the Knight of Pentacles shows us like there's this long, drawn out, slow thing happening where I don't feel like a meeting happens like right away. I feel like there's a delay, and it feels like, oh, kind of like the feelings of abandonment, the feelings of like not being chosen. You're like, and so it's allowing you time to look at the Eight of Cups, which are the emotions of leaving behind emotions that no longer serve. So like it gives you time to like sit in the emotions, sit in what's happening, and it allows you to let them go. So I feel like it gives you the space to really look at how you feel and how um, you feel they feel, and how it goes into all that. here. So I kind of feel like there is this delay in that it happening here, and I don't see like that it will happen. Mm, yeah. Well, let's take a look here because we have the King of Cups here too, which is about the balancing of the heart and the mind. Um, yeah, I don't see it happening yet. All this, so I feel like with your having anxiety around it or having this anxiousness around it, that they're saying like, it's not going to happen right now. It's You're having this time to look at these emotions right now. That Knight of Pentacles is it's slow coming, and if it is going to come unexpectedly, which makes sense with you have the Eight of Wands, which is fast moving energy here toward the end, that it'll eventually happen unexpectedly. But right now, they're just saying, breathe, balance heart and mind, really look at these emotions, look at where you're coming from, um, because you do have the Ace of Swords, which is about looking at things, um, from a higher perspective, allow yourself to cut away these fears that you have, around losing conditional love, right? So there is this energy here of while you're waiting, the anxiousness when it comes up tells you that you have a fear, because that's what anxiety is we have a fear. And when we get to the root of our fears, at the core of it, it's usually the fear of being rejected, the feeling of losing conditional love is at our core. Human fears, right? That and death, the unknown, and rejection are usually the two big things that are at our core around, our fears. So they're really saying here, that the focus for this, while you're waiting with this Knight of Pentacles of watching the grass grow, waiting for these things to happen, that it's for you to focus in on your emotions and your fears. And as the anxieties arise, try to take a deep breath, and because that'll help. Several deep breaths will help you calm down and come step back out of fear, and then you can go, what am I fearing? What does this mean about me? What am I afraid of? Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's the fears to look at. It's like, do we believe that, life unfolds, things that happen to us, or do they happen for us? And we have this, these things are happening to me, then that's where all our fears come from. If we build this trust with Creator and with the spirit world, going, you know what, I know that everything that happens in our life unfolds for me. Can I trust the universe? Is the Creator kind and loving? Is this happening for me? Then when I realize, okay, life is not an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode. It is like a monorail train at Disney World that's attached to the track. It's smooth. It has its stops that happen exactly perfectly at the perfect timing. Then I realize, okay, life is happening for me. Now, why did I want this to happen for me? Then I can look at it and understand it. Yeah, yeah. Um, most of the time, right? Most of the time, you're happy with either happening until a fear arises, and then that is happening for us. Okay, this fear that's rising up it's like one of our little children tugging at us, going, "Hey, can you look at me? Because I need to be resolved. I want to be released. I don't want to be a fear anymore." And it's like, oh, okay, well, let's take a look here. What do I feel this means? Does it mean anything? And when you bring it from the subconscious, where the fears are rising from, to the consciousness, and you look at it, it just takes care of itself, because you really look at it and go, well, I'm afraid if they don't want to see me, that it means something about me. And it's like, no, it means something about them, because who wouldn't want to see me? So they must be stupid, you know? And you just work out in your mind going, I am. If someone doesn't want to see me, then they're woohoo, and I don't want to see them, then it's like, thank goodness they don't want to, because if they're that, off their minds that they wouldn't want to see me, then they don't deserve me, and I don't want a crazy person to be around me. And so we transform them, which is great, because the little fear will keep tugging on our shirt, going, "Hey, hey, hey, I want you to see me," until we see it, and then we're like, "Oh, okay, I see. This was silly. I'm gonna release it now." So I like that for you, Sasha. So hang in there, take deep breaths, step back, and just pick up that little fear and hold on to it and go, "What's the matter, fear? What's going on here?" And then you allow it to release, and then you have less fears that keep coming up, and then you're like, I can use this energy for other things, which I like. So that's what they have for you, Sasha. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. All right, so I left off with Star Girl, and I'm into my last 15 minutes. So, what I'm going to do, first of all, I want to thank everyone for all the thumbs up you've given the video. I just saw that, and I don't thank you enough for all the thumbs up, because it does help spread the Zen love. So, thank all of you for who have given the video a like, because it does help spread and the love. And so thank you for being part of the love tsunami. Also, before I go into kind of a lightning round, I want to make sure everyone is aware, if you weren't here at the beginning, I do have a weekly drawing for a free personal recorded reading. This week's is going to be a 1 hour. So here is the video for that. You still have the rest of the day to um, listen to the video and comment on there to get entered into the drawing. So if you're interested, check that out. So what I'm going to do for the remaining like 15 minutes is I'm going to go into lightning round mode, which is that I will pull one card for each of the remaining to see how many I can get through. If you are wanting to make sure I do get through to your reading and even go a little deeper into it, a donation of any kind, I will still honor that for this session and complete it in this session. And if I have no donations, I'm just going to try to get through as many as I can. And then I will be back this evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is just in a little over 6 hours from now. So I will be back. And then if you are wanting more details, you can also check out my playlist. I have monthly readings for each zodiac sign and a ton of different pick a cards too. So you can always check that out too. So that is what we're going to do. And so Star Girl, we'll start off with you here. And let's take a look here. You want to know the Aquarius love language. Yeah. I see here, Morg. Yeah. It depends on the individual too. The soup of each of us. It's like whatever we didn't get when we were young is usually what it ends up being, right? So their love language here is action, movement. So the different 5 love languages, what are gifts, acts of service, being touched, being told, and something else, right? There's 5 love languages, but this is the language of action. So I feel like their love language here is doing things for them, for this one. So it is, I feel like it's more acts of service for this Aquarius. It's like, I feel like they're always so busy. Like if someone does something for them, like, hey, can I do your laundry? Hey, can I clean your house for you? Hey, can I do your grocery shopping or something? It's like, what? You do that for me? I don't feel like it's necessarily like they need, the touch or the time and this stuff. I feel like the acts of service for them are huge. So that's what they have for you, Star Girl. So many blessings for you. All right, Morg in the void. Good morning. You want to ask some guidance in your relationships? Let's take a look here. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. And the Ten of Pentacles represents like a transformation in the outside world. And I feel like it's like finding your wholeness and your worthiness. Um, it's like this change of how you're looking at them. 10 is the endings and new beginnings, and what comes after the 10 is the like the Ace of Pentacles, which is finding your worth from within. And once you find it within, it transforms your outside world. You become this chalice where you get to be filled up, and then they get the overflow, and they much more enjoy the overflow than the bitter, resentful waters of giving first, and then if anything is left over, giving to yourself. So I feel like there's this change of your worth, and that you're like, you know what, I'm going to fill myself up first, and then they get the overflow, and that overflow is it's so delicious. It's like nectar, the nectar of the gods, compared to the, you being a barrel and they're plugged in at the bottom, and they get all the sediment and the low stuff, and you're feeling empty and drained because you're giving to everyone else first. So this relationship is like, you know what, I'm going to fill myself up first, and then they get overflow. And then I feel like there might be some feelings of from the other person, like as far as in a relationship, that uh, that we don't get. Um, like I said, there's these resentful feelings of I have to give to you all the time, and um, you're not allowing them to give back, but it's because you have this feeling or this belief that you have to give to everyone else first. There's just like this underlying um, belief there. And I don't know if I kind of feel like it used to be all over the place, but in some relationships, like maybe family and friends, you've really dealt with that. But when it comes to relationships, you have a special, I have to give to you first thing for them. But everyone else, I feel like you've been really okay with giving and receiving. You've really changed it with them. But this is like the last type of relationship. It's kind of that feeling that I'm getting there. So that's what they have for you, Morg, in the void. So many blessings to you. All right. So Andrea 54 Hector, what is your Leo boyfriend's current feelings for you? And is he hiding anything from you? Let's take a look here. Just shuffle these up real quick here. All right. So hiding anything in current feelings? Let's see what we got here. We got that Judgment card here, which double endings and double new beginnings here. This is like a calling from your higher self to move to this higher place and see life from a different perspective, calling you to this personal relationship with them. So I feel like, with the double endings and double new beginnings, I almost feel like they're just saying, you know what, um, there is this change that's coming. I feel like, with the two X's, it's double endings, double new beginnings. I feel like you both are headed to this place where you both are just having these changes in your life where I feel like you both just go, I need to go do this. And then they're like, I need to go do this. And you're like, yeah, it's best if we just do this. I don't feel like it's like one of you ending the relationship. I feel like it's both of you just going, you know what? It's done its thing, right? And you both are like, yeah, it has. And you're ready to head off in different directions. So whatever these changes are that are coming up, it just really brings you to this point where you're just like, you know what? I think we've done all we can together, and we're probably better off partying as much as friends as we can now instead of enemies. Is what I feel. which I've been through that. That's why I'm cracking up. But that's what they have for you, Andrea. So um, that's what they want you to know right now. All right, Misha. So what major blessings are coming towards you? Well, you have this wonderful new beginning that's coming with the Fool card here, which is free of a lot of restrictions. It's just like, it's almost like going on vacation. You have this ending of old cycles and beginning of a new adventure, a new journey. So it is a Fool card, so it is a significant new beginning that comes in here for you. And it is, you even have the little butterfly on their finger here, which represents transformation. And you're coming out of your cocoon. You're going to be able to go somewhere where you wouldn't have been able to go in the past. So you're packing up and you're headed off. So maybe it is a vacation, but I feel like it's a restart. And I feel it's so much more than a vacation, though, because it's the major arcana. So there is this change, this movement into something significantly new. So I would consider that a blessing. So get ready, because I feel like it is coming here pretty quick. All right. Just take a look here. All right. So Niharika Nagam, you went to the career reading for March. Let's see what they have here. So you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight out of them all. It is movement, but it's the slow movement. The other three knights are all about the inner world where things happen fast. The Knight of Pentacles in the outside world is, 3-month seasons. So, it's like things are unfolding, but it's just taking its time here. So, we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. And so they're like, the outside world is taking its good old time to catch up to you here. So if you were looking for a new job or you're wanting things to change at work, just know that it's going to happen in its time, and just to try to have patience with it. While you're waiting, the biggest thing you can do is look at your own heart, your own self-love, your own inner journey, because the world that we see, we don't see the world as it actually is. We see the world as we are. And so as we look at things and change things inside of us, our outside world changes. And generally, when things are going very slow in the outside world, it's happening on purpose to give us time to change and evaluate things on the inside. And then the more we look on the inside, the faster things on the outside speed up. So that's what they have for you, Niharika. So many blessings to you. Hey, Rhonda. So what is coming up for you this week? Let's take a look here. Well, you have the Six of Wands. I like this for you because this is very flowing, positive energy. It's the recognition card. So I feel like this week you do get recognition for things that you've done. And I feel like it's in the outside world. It's not just from Spirit. Spirit always is like, hey, always high-fiving you. And sometimes you leave them hanging because you don't feel like you did well. They're like, good job. And you're just like, I don't think so. It's like, don't leave them hanging, Rhonda. High five Spirit back. Really celebrate a lot of things that you've done. Lighten up on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Really celebrate each step. You don't have to wait for big things to happen in the future. Celebrate all along the way. I feel is like what they're wanting you to do this week. And you do get it from the outside world, but I feel like they're saying that it's important for you to celebrate as well. Don't leave them hanging. High five them back. All right. So that's what they have for you, Rhonda. Much love to you. Blessings to you. Cynthia, hello. Will you get accepted to transfer back to Chicago by the second week of March or end of March? You have the Nine of Wands here, which shows an energetic block, something blocking you from going forward with that. So I don't feel like you will. right now. I just feel like with the Nine of Wands, this is about a time of you, of this inner journey of you turning inward, with the Hermit's journey to understand your power. So right now, I feel like there's this block that's happening right now, because it's time for you to really, what are you focusing on, and realizing that, whatever your focus on grows, what like attracts like, right? So if you're focusing on what is missing or what you have in your life that you don't want or that you fear will move in or out of your life, we're growing those things, we're making those things bigger. I feel like it's a time to focus on gratitude for what is, what you do have, what, you do want to come into your life, and focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. Let those things expand. I feel like that is the lesson or the journey for you right now, and that's where this block is coming from. So that's what they have for you, Cynthia. Sorry. Many blessings to you. All right. And Janat Lamy. So when will you meet with your divine soulmate? Which place? All right. So that is actually, Jeanette, I'm hitting my 2 hours. So she, or he, Jeanette, you'll be my last, free reading for this session. I see a lot more to go, and I'm not going to be able to get through to everyone. So apologies to everyone that I'm not able to get to. If you do want me to complete your reading in this session, I'm still open for donations to prioritize those and complete them in this one. But Jeanette will be my last free one for this one. I will be back in about 6 hours for my evening session. And an FYI, do also put out the announcement an hour before. So if you have selected your notifications of all, and you're subscribed to my channel, you'll get that. And you can jump in there and get in line and put your question there. And I do honor those. So just a heads up at that. So, Jeanette, will you meet your divine soulmate? Oh, when will you meet your divine soulmate, and where? Let's take a look here. Well, they're like, patience, patience. When things are unfolding, there is a range of time when it comes to meeting our soulmate. And what they are bringing in here is that while we're waiting, whenever we get a temperance card or a patience card when it comes to love and soulmates, etc., they basically saying that, the more and the more often you work on your inner love, your self-love, that raises your vibration, that draws you in sooner to each other. And so there's like, while you're waiting, um, turn inward and upward and expand your self-love, because you cannot love others more than to the extent you love yourself, nor receive love from others more than to the extent you love yourself. And of course, as you open up to the love from above in yourself, it's a win-win. You just feel full and whole and complete, and overflows out to the world. But you also expand your love and the ability and how much you can give love and receive love in the outside world. So they're saying the when, the temperance, they're basically saying, well, for now, don't focus on the place and the when, because things have slowed down to give you an opportunity to expand your self-love and raise your love vibration. And the more you invest in that, the higher your vibration goes, the faster you guys come together. Otherwise, it just kind of moves along very slowly, when you will come across each other's path. So that is their message for right now for you, Jeanette. So I know it's not what you wanted to know, but they always tell us what we need to know in the moment. So that is what they have. Many blessings for you. All right. All right, everybody. I don't see any other donations, so we're going to close down the readings for this time. I've been on for a couple hours, so need to go eat and regenerate, but I will be back in about 6 hours. So again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. It definitely helps spread the love. So thank you for being a part of that. And if you be sure to sign up for the weekly giveaway, which I will pull tomorrow, so you still have the rest of today to do that. Also, in case, I had also put out a pick a card this morning for the Virgo full moon, so you can check that out if you are needing some messages, as well as the March readings by each individual zodiac sign are also, of course, out. So you can check those out. Also, I have a ton of free content on my main page. If you click on bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, I have a ton of pick a cards, so you can check that out and see if you're drawn to any of those for your messages as well. I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed down in the description box of the video down below. Reasonable prices, so you can check those out if you feel so inclined. I think that's everything. So until I see you guys again, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, have a great day, a great night, wherever you're at in the world. Until I see you again, much love to you, and you guys take care.